What is...
I am so tired of you acting like you speak for the people of the state of Indiana or the city of Indianapolis. You do not speak for me or anyone I know. Now listen, you two jerks. Jerks on the right.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Hello. We're at Tuesday. Coming up on the show today, Tom Homan. He's making liberal heads explode all over the place. Trump is trolling again, and we love him for it. And Selena Gomez is sobbing backfires spectacularly. I love that so much. All that and so much more coming up on the show. You guys can reach us, see us, experience all the chick things at chicksontheright.com/links. Do that. Also, subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already. Just click the subscribe button. That's all it takes. Just a little finger click. That's all it takes. We're not asking for much. Just click subscribe and then share with your friends. Please do that. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. All right.
I think you got everything. We've got a lot to get to today. I have lost my knack for knowing how long the show is going to be, so I'm just not even going to guess. It's going to be a show, though. It will be a show. And so let's just get right to it, shall we? Let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
This is the week, as you all know, that there's going to be lots of hearings for some of the more controversial cabinet nominees. Tulsi Gabbard, Kash Patel, RFK, all that's going to start happening this week. It is going to be lit. I don't think any of them are happening today, but it's possible that tomorrow RFK is starting his hearings. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, it's happening
I think RFK tomorrow and Kash is Thursday.
Okay.
I think that's right.
Is Tulsi Thursday too?
I don't know when Tulsi is. Maybe somebody can tell us when Tulsi is. Yeah.
I don't feel particularly good about her right now.
You don't? Really?
I'm not feeling, because I feel like Democrat, I don't know. I think we're going to get the same culprits, the Murkowskis, the Collins, the McConnells saying no to her, and possibly someone else too. And so I don't know, man. I don't know.
God, these Murkowskis, Collins, and all the Mitch McConnells, all these losers, it just shows you that they need to go. They have to go. The rhinos have to go once and for all. We got to get rid of them.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
But the good news is that yesterday, Scott Bessent did get confirmed as Treasury Secretary. The vote was 68-29. And Glenn Greenwald says, as he prepares to put gays and lesbians into camps, according to MSDNC, Trump and the Senate GOP install the first ever openly gay Secretary of Treasury in American history. Trump will likely be celebrating this by dancing with the original Village people.
Exactly. With the little rainbow emoji. I like that little rainbow at the end. Glenn, nice touch.
So great.
Right. I know. LGBT people are just cowering everywhere over this confirmation. They're cowering, you guys.
I mean, Trump is such a bigot.
He really is. Just hates gay people.
And then, as we alluded to yesterday, because Jim Acosta was relegated to a late time on MSNBC instead of his 10 a.m. time, there are lots and lots of media outlets now reporting that he is donezo, that he is not going to take this deal and he's out of there. Now, what he's going to do next? No idea. Nobody cares. Most people are just glad to be rid of him.
I think he's going to get into the hot tub with Jennifer Rubin and that other weirdo.
Oh my God. That would be a hilarious trio.
Jennifer Rubin and her lover. They're going to hang out and just be nerdy together. He's going to be like, this is what we do. Because this is what they do, right? Is they go and they create some other, I guess they're going to try to do what we do and podcast and do alternative.
Well, that is
media.
what that's what Rubin and Norm Eisen are doing.
Yeah,
and they're doing culture too.
They think they're clever. Yeah. So it'll be fun to watch Jim Acosta try to get into that space now, because I assume that he'll probably do that.
I'm sure. I mean, he's not going away. That we can be assured of. He's just not going to be on that failing channel anymore. So bye. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say bye. Girl, bye.
Yep.
You guys, I know we've talked about ReadyWise and their emergency food kits and the deliciousness of them many, many times before. But what we may not have mentioned is that, yes, they are great in emergencies and they're great for disaster preparedness, but they're also great for things like camping trips. Because you guys, 'tis the season, right? I know it's not even February, but it's warming up here already. And like, it's going to be spring before you know it. And then it's going to be summer and everybody's going to be going on camping trips. And this is the perfect thing that you can take with you when you're going camping. So yes, it's a super thoughtful choice to make for disaster preparedness and being prepared for emergencies to have a food kit on hand, but it's also super fun, like for camping trips too. So think about it for both of those things. Of course, they have delicious dried fruits and veggies, which are yummy, make yummy snacks. And then they've got all the prepared, like full meal kits that you can choose from. Everything is good. The biggest danger of it is not saving it for emergencies or camping trips and eating it ahead of time. I do it, but like I don't recommend it. Because you're supposed to keep it for emergencies. And it's really, really nice to know that it's there, stored wherever you're going to store it in your house for up to 25 years, it'll keep. It's just nice to know. It's like a great peace of mind feeling. And when you use promo code CHICKS20 at ReadyWise.com, you're going to get 20% off of your entire purchase. ReadyWise.com. The code is CHICKS20. Check them out. All right. So here was a really cool piece of news about employment. Look at who is going to join JD Vance's team at, whoops, I'm sorry, that went too far, as a deputy secretary.
His name is Buckley. That is the most Tucker name ever, isn't it?
Right? I think Buckley is a family name too. I feel like maybe that's a brother name or somewhere in the family there's already a Buckley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just made that up because it does sound so Tuckery.
He he has a degree in political communications. That's what I think. Yeah, he went to UVA. Actually, I'm sorry, he majored in government and political science, but he's actually his professional career has been in like political communications. But he actually was the communications director for Jim Banks in Indiana. Did you know that?
No way. I did not know that.
Yeah,
so, because he looks so young. I thought this is his first job out of college.
1997.
You know what I mean?
He was born in 97.
Wow. So he's 28?
Wait, because 97, because our boy was 93. Yeah. So yeah, he's a little younger than him.
He does not look anywhere near 28.
Yeah. He's been working as the comms director for Jim Banks since June of 2019.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And you never knew, like we never knew about it. Like I we were there, never even, he just was sort of under the radar. He just seems like a really sweet kid, you know. Obviously all of his kids are probably very sweet. Yeah. So it'll be
that was neat. And then this has nothing to do with anything, but Scott Presler, who of course our audience we love, he's done his own fair bit of trolling back to people that are insulting to him. And I just wanted to share this as an example because it was so funny. He wrote to President Trump saying, if you need more folks to document and be present for ICE raids, I offer myself and my platform. I never had the opportunity to serve in the military. It would be an honor to serve in whatever capacity I can. I did apply to become a border patrol agent. And some idiot said, when they start rounding up gays, I hope I get to see you in handcuffs. And he said, I'm a big fan of handcuffs. Send an officer in uniform. And I just love him for that. I love it.
It's the greatest. God, these people are such loons.
No.
God, I swear. Okay.
You're not gonna round up gays.
That is
loud.
I just like seriously calm yourselves. That is the greatest comeback ever. Scott Presler is my new hero.
I know. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right. Yesterday, we talked a lot about tariffs because tariffs were obviously in the news because of this whole thing with Colombia. And then we talked yesterday about how within an hour or so, Trump was like, oh, Colombia, you're not going to receive our deportees. You're not taking your own citizens back. Fine. We're going to tariff you. And they were like, wait. No. We didn't mean that. Let us help you. We'll send our own planes. Right. Look at Politico's way that they decided to write the headline about this. They decided to say Trump backtracks on tariffs again.
What?
That's how they described what happened.
Oh my, I mean, that's just some gymnastics right there, isn't it?
God, I can't believe that's so stupid.
God, it's stupid. You guys, we're on to them. At this point, it's just comical in every way. It's not even sad at this point. I'm not mad about it. We're just all laughing at you.
Exactly. It's
Losers.
So pathetic.
Right.
It's so pathetic. Trump's also been enacting more executive orders, and you perhaps heard about the fact that there will be no trans people allowed in the military any longer. Obviously, there's been a reaction about that.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that are not very happy about it. But as Rob Smith pointed out to someone asking, what's the point of banning transgender troops? He said, all of them are non-deployable. They cannot be deployed to combat theater. All of them have gender dysphoria, which is a mental health issue, and most will medically separate at 80% plus disability, leaving the U.S. taxpayers on the hook for $200,000 to $300,000 annually per person
forever. Yeah.
Thank you, but no.
This is the thing. It's like it's kind of like we discussed briefly yesterday. I'm hoping that with Pete in charge, with Hegseth in charge, we'll start recruiting better. We'll have better recruits. Morale will go up. We'll start attracting better recruits, high quality recruits. Because listen, I think a lot of people go into the military, and you can get mad at me for saying this. A lot of people these days go into the military for the wrong reasons. They want stuff paid for. And if you get mad at me for that, I'm sorry, but it's true.
It's true. Though. We've seen the videos. We've even seen the videos of people saying, I'm joining so I can get my gender surgery paid for.
Yeah. Or
they openly say it.
Or they'll say, I'm doing it just so I can get my school paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can get this paid for, that paid for. That's not the reason to join. So if that's the reason that they're joining, then we need to start weeding those people out and getting people to join for the right reasons again.
Yep. So, and here's an interesting stat, by the way, about trans people, because, this was actually remarkable to me, but apparently there are 1,500 about federal prisoners who are trans women. This is according to the Bureau of Prisons, but they represent an outsized portion of federal inmates. They, especially among female prisoners, 15% of women in prison are trans. So I'm sorry, but that is an outsized number.
Wait. I'm confused. 15. Does that mean that there are men that are posing to be women? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And to me, though, that so proves that there is a correlation between mental illness and acting out on that mental illness. I mean, you can see that these people are troubled, and that shouldn't be a surprise. That shouldn't be offensive to anyone. This is a disorder.
Right.
It's clearly a disorder. And so I thought this was just a really interesting stat.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. It's really interesting.
Also, we keep hearing over and over about all the Democrats complaining about the J6 pardons. Jim Acosta, Jake Tapper were some of the most recent folks to just, wring their hands about it and clutch their pearls about it. And as Banshi pointed out in a couple tweets, he said Joe Biden pardoned a drug lord who murdered a child and his mother to stop them from testifying. And you're not going to hear about that from Jim Acosta and Jake Tapper. You're not going to hear about it from Mark Kelly, who also posted a video yesterday saying it's outrageous to see people convicted of assaulting officers.
It's a sad day.
He's not saying anything about Biden's pardons, which were exponentially more egregious.
Yeah. And the sheer number, there were like 8,000 plus pardons. I mean, it's just like what the most ever in history. I mean, this guy has pardoned. He's just Mr. Pardon Pants. He's just pardoning everybody. So nobody seems to care about that.
Yeah, you want to talk blanket pardons? Just look at that.
Right. Can you imagine if Trump did that? Their heads would be exploding all over the place. Mark Kelly would be like, "It's a sad day for America that Trump is pardoning 8,000 plus people." I mean, these people are so full of shit. So just give me a break. It's like they're outraged, clutching their pearls over J6 people when there's a drug lord who murdered an 8-year-old. And this is just one example of so many examples.
Exactly.
My God, he pardoned pedophiles,
Yep. Yeah, and nobody's saying
cares.
a word about it. It's just infuriating, the double standard.
Right.
You guys remember that Vivek and Elon had themselves a bit of a spat about H-1B visas on Twitter not long ago, and then there were all these rumors that Vivek has been kicked out of DOGE and now he's going to be running for governor of Ohio, which is probably true. But Vivek was on with Jesse Waters last night and Jesse wanted him to spill the beans about this. How did this happen? Did you get kicked out? Are you on the outs with Elon? And Vivek wanted to set the record straight. So here is how it was explained.
People are saying you didn't get along with Musk. What happened there?
Yeah, I think that's incorrect. But what I would say is we had different and complementary approaches. I focused more on a constitutional law, legislative-based approach. He focused more on a technology approach, which is the future approach. No better person to lead that technology, digital approach than Elon Musk. But when you're talking about a constitutional revival, it's not just done through the federal government. It's done through federalism, where states also lead the way. So I'll have to be saying more on that very shortly, Jesse.
All right,
but that's
so
gonna be my
Elon
next
didn't
stop.
fire you.
We had a mutual discussion, and I think that I wish him well, and we're on the same page where divide and conquer in saving the country. It's not a one-man show from the top down or the bottom up. It's all of the above, and that's what I'm in for.
Okay, but I don't. Okay, I don't understand though. Then so they parted ways. And he had one
Mutual
approach,
discussion.
Right? He had one approach. Elon had another approach. Okay, well then work together on that approach. That's ideal.
I think he's saying, and Jesse kind of interrupted him when he was saying it, but he was like, you can also make a huge impact at the state level, and I'll have more to say about that later. Well, I mean, he's going to run for governor. He changed his mind, and that's what he wants to do. And
exactly. I wish he would just say that.
Right, but they got to be cagey. He knows how to politic.
But I hate that because he used to not do that. He used to not be so politicky because we talked to him. What, it was a year and a half ago, probably more. I don't know. It was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago that we talked to him. Probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Mm-hmm.
Right. Before he became kind of politics, like don't just say the things. If you just say, you know what, I changed my mind. I'm going to run for governor.
Yeah, that's not hard. Look at how easy that was.
It's pretty easy to do. Just say it.
It is easy to do. And what is not easy to do sometimes is protect your data online, because it is out there, you guys. And some of it is in the dark web, which I don't really know what that is, but I know it's bad. I've never been there. I don't know how to get there.
It's really dark, you guys.
Dark and bad. And that's where the bad people are. That's where they're taking your data and they're selling it off and they're trying to make a bunch of money off of you.
That's where all the people that Biden has pardoned are. That's where they are. Right. They're all there.
That's exactly where they are. And it's where a lot of illegals are.
Yeah.
Probably where a lot of trafficking happens.
True.
Honestly.
So
it's not someplace that you want your information. And if you want to stay protected from data breachers, please visit aura.com/chicks. They're a wonderful sponsor of ours, aura.com/chicks. You can get a 14-day free trial where you will find out instantaneously if your personal information is being sold on the dark web. When you signed up for it, you immediately were like, danger, danger.
Oh my
you got all the
gosh.
alerts.
Like 4. I had 4. Freaked me out.
Yeah. And they will tell you, and then they can clean it up. So they have a number of different services all under one umbrella, which makes it really, really handy. They've got VPN and password managers and all the kinds of stuff that sometimes people pay for in different spots, which is just more places for your data to be. Just do it all with one-stop shopping at aura.com/chicks and stay protected. Just try it. 14-day free trial. What do you have to lose? Aura.com/chicks. Do it. I'm hoping that like any day now, because of course Trump is like declassifying everything and releasing the hounds on all kinds of information. And I hope that the Epstein files are soon part of that declassifying and release.
Preach.
Yeah. But there was an interesting interview that Bill Gates just had where he was outright asked, do you have regrets about your relationship with Jeff Epstein? And here is what he said.
In retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him.
The Journal previously reported on Gates's ties to Jeffrey Epstein, including that Epstein threatened Gates over an affair he had. The two met a few times, Gates says, to discuss philanthropy. Do you think, looking back at that moment, that you were being played?
Well, Jeffrey, in retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him, and he sort of, got time with various people by spending time with other people. So yes, I think I was quite stupid. I thought it would help me with global health philanthropy. In fact, it failed to do that, and it was just a huge mistake.
Has it made you more wary of connections?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't trust that guy at all. I think he's trying to cover his ass is what he's trying to do with that little interview. Good luck with that.
That's what it seemed like to me too.
Yeah. And
he's so creepy.
God, he absolutely gives me the willies.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is just, shut her.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see what comes of the Epstein files, but hopefully that is on the list of things that will be made public. Trump gave a talk yesterday. It was like the Congressional Institute or something. I don't know. I don't know who the audience was, but he was on fire yesterday. They've got a couple clips to share. One where he was talking about how great it would be if we could get away from this insane amount of taxation that we have. And he talks about the reason that tariffs should be how this country gains revenue. And I love this. I mean, the thought of doing away with taxes on any level is a great thing. And here he is saying it.
It's going to be very rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. As I said in my speech last week, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations to enrich our citizens. Does that make sense, right?
It makes all kinds of sense.
It makes all sorts of common sense.
Yes.
Isn't it crazy?
It's so refreshing, actually.
I know.
So refreshing. He also made fun of AOC and the Green New Deal. And so he talked about how he axed that Green New Deal like the second that he was able to. Here he is talking about that.
Eliminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Scam, one of the great scams in history. Mm-hmm. Actually, isn't it 12 years up? They gave us 12 years to live, right? We passed it, right? We're still around. Can you believe it?
Has anybody ever asked her about that?
That's a great question.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. She told us, I think it was like 8 years. And they've been doing this for the past half a century.
We need to look that up. Because I think it has been, I think it was in 2012 that she said it, which means it has been exactly 12 years and she needs to be asked.
We passed our expiration date. I'm fine. You guys all right? This is the thing. Somebody needs to ask her and hold her accountable for that. They do this all the time. They've been doing it since you and I were kids.
Mm-hmm. Have they ever asked Al Gore about all of his ridiculous predictions?
All of them. Yeah. I mean, it's like you could go back in history and there's so many of these people that have been screaming at us, we're all going to die in like 8 years. It's either going to be ice or heat or something. It's like, and then there are still people that fall for this crap. Mm-hmm. It's remarkable. Like people that are relatively smart, that fall for this. Yeah. And I'm just like, they're there. Stop it.
I mean, and what's worse, I mean, it's one thing if you want to believe the science behind climate change, that's one thing. But to believe that the government spending more money is going to fix it, that's crazy. That's legit crazy.
It is insane. I know. It's such a grift.
Such a grift. Oh my, so many people are making so much money from it.
So much. Yeah.
Maybe we should start grifting in that way.
We should totally do. We should bring back acid rain. Remember the acid rain?
Oh yeah. Acid rain.
You guys remember acid rain? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, whatever happened to that?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But somebody made a lot of money off of it.
Last clip of Trump, because this one was my favorite. Apparently, CNN did admit that he had a very productive first week. And so he was making fun of CNN having to admit that. And it was just funny. Here it is.
Doing great. They say it was the greatest opening week in presidential history. And I think, it couldn't be a hell of a lot better. Even CNN is saying, this guy is amazing. I couldn't believe it. I said, did CNN really say that? Because nobody watches, so nobody was able to confirm it. But it was pretty amazing. Oh, the camera just went off.
Oh my God. He looks so
great.
happy and healthy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does. He looks really good.
I know. He does. I know. And you're not attracted to him in any way. We know, Mock. We get it.
No, I'm not in
We
any
know
way.
you're
But
not in any
healthy.
way.
Like he looks vibrant and healthy. Let's just make that clear.
We're making it clear, you guys.
All right, let's move on to the big story of yesterday, which was hilariously Selena Gomez, who I cannot. Somebody said that she is worth over $1 billion.
She's worth
like
$800 million. She's worth.
How? Who? How?
There are lots of teenage girls in this country that like her music.
Okay, so it's music or acting or both?
Music and acting. She also was like some Disney girl too, wasn't she? She was like a Disney star. She was Disney. She's like an Ariana Grande kind of chick, you know, where she started out in the Disney stuff and then started singing and then she has a beauty line. Yeah, Victoria points out. I totally forgot about that. She also has a beauty line. Yeah. So yeah, and weirdly enough, I'd just like to point out that she did that in America. She did that here in the United States of America. She didn't do that in Mexico or someplace else. She did that here in this fantastic country that we call the United States of America. Just want to point that out.
She is an American.
Well,
and so when she
Yeah.
talks in this ridiculous video where she cries about the plight of illegals getting deported, she calls them my people. And I'm like, what? Like, so your people are criminal aliens? Those are your people?
Right.
That was news to me. But what is so ridiculous is when celebrities cry on video and think, oh yeah, I got to post this. Like, what?
Or when anybody does that.
When any
person cries on video. What is that? I don't understand that phenomenon now when people do that. Stop it.
She got way more backlash than I think she was ever prepared for. Here's the original video, which, by the way, is no longer up. She deleted it because of all the backlash, but here it is. Obviously, people grabbed it before it went away.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
All my people are getting attacked. The children.
Oh my God.
I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do.
Really?
I'll try everything, I promise.
I'm sorry. I cannot
know.
not laugh at that.
I know, right? She's a total freaking idiot. What an ungrateful, elitist brat.
Wow.
This hag is. She's such a hag. I cannot stand her. I swear. I wonder how many MS-13 gang members she's taken into her mansion. I wonder how many.
That's a great point. In fact, later in this same segment, we'll have a picture of her mansion. And it is walled. It's walled off, you guys.
Of course it's walled off. Of course. She's got to keep the riffraff out.
Yeah, you don't want any people that aren't supposed to be in your house in your house.
Right. I just find it so, again, she made all of her money in America. And then she's like, my people? Who the hell are your people?
I guess criminal aliens.
I guess they are. Yeah, I guess they are the people who break the law. And if that's the case, GTFO. She can afford a one-way ticket out of here if she doesn't like it. Obviously, she's worth $800 million. The elitism of these people. Yeah. They are so out of touch. She's completely out of touch with everyday Americans. How dare she cries about these people when Lake and Riley's family and all those people who have lost loved ones, they see that. What do you think they think? What about the 300,000 plus kids who have been trafficked into this country? Does she cry about them?
Less the 75,000 that Trump has already rescued.
Right. In 4 days. 4 days, Selena. But I don't remember her ever crying about them.
Nope. I'm sure if you went back in her video crying history, you would not see any crying videos over them or Lakin or anybody else that's been a victim of criminal aliens.
Selena Gomez, she needs to educate herself.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath. Meanwhile, Tom Homan was on Fox pretty much right when this broke. This ridiculous video started making the rounds and went viral. And so Sandra Smith asked him if he had a response for Selena, and he did.
Taken that down. But what do you say to those who are out there saying that these are everyday people, these are families that are being attacked and dragged out of their homes? How do you respond to that?
I don't think we arrested any families. We've arrested public safety threats and national security threats, bottom line. And look, President Trump won the election on this one issue, securing our border and saving lives. What happened on our southern border last 4 years is the biggest national security threat this country's seen, at least in my lifetime, because we got over 2 million known gotaways. We got a 600% increase in sex trafficking. We got a record number of terrorists crossing the border on terrorist watch lists. We have 250,000 Americans die from fentanyl coming across the open border. We're going to do this job, and we're going to enforce the laws of this country. If they don't like it, then go to Congress and change the law. We're going to do this operational apology. We're going to make our community safer. We're going to save. Once we lock that border on continuous operation, you're going to see fentanyl deaths decrease, illegal alien crime decrease, sex trafficking decrease. It's just all for the good of this nation, and we're going to keep going. No apologies. We're moving forward.
Damn straight.
See, none of that stuff ever affected Selena. Never affected her because
How can you say that when this clearly affects her people?
Because she's got a wall around her mansion and she's got 24/7 security, you guys. She just lives in a completely different world. It's a bubble that she lives in. God, F her, man. F her.
Such an exhausting, ridiculous tirade.
It really
so ridiculous.
Just so stupid.
You guys, if you were impacted by Joe Biden's economy, and it's hard to be a person who wasn't, and maybe you had hoped to be able to invest in the stock market, but you couldn't because you were dealing with debt. Please, if you are struggling with debt, please know that there is help and that you can talk to an expert strategist for free. It's a free consultation. You can build the life you deserve. All you have to do is visit DoneWithDebt.com. You can talk to one of their debt resolving strategists for free. They've got amazing new strategies to help you eliminate or reduce your debt by substantial amounts. They've helped a ton of people, some of our own audience members included. And so we highly encourage you to try it. It's very, very easy. You can just visit DoneWithDebt.com, talk to one of their strategists. It is free. Tell them that you heard about Done with Debt from us. We would appreciate that. And see what they can do for you. There's no obligation. So it's just a conversation it is for free, and find out if they can help you resolve some of the debt that's bogging you down. DoneWithDebt.com. Tell them that the chicks sent you. Donald Trump responded as only he could to Selena Gomez's tirade. Please read what he posted.
Many Hollywood liberals have taken our actions to secure the border very personally and are no doubt surprised that the government finally did something after years of inaction. Actress Selena Gomez, best known as the third amigo on that murder mystery show that Chevy Chase wouldn't touch, oh my God, posted a video to social media where she was in tears over the deportations. Selena, these are people who broke the law by coming here. Some have also committed other horrible crimes. I hope Selena is just as upset about the victims of these crimes. Focus on your career. The people want a sequel to Spring Breakers.
He's brutal, man. It's so great.
God, that is so great. We really don't. We don't want a sequel. We don't.
No,
none of us asked for that. We're okay. We're just simmer down. Simmer down, Selena. None of us want that or ask for it. He's kidding.
Oh my God. It's so great. And then of course the memes that went around from this whole story were hilarious. 2 videos were my favorite. Here's the first one of just some dancing. There's some dancing going on. Oh no, I forgot I had this picture of the house. So that's the house she was born in Texas. Mm-hmm. The house on the bottom left. And for those of you who are listening and not watching, at the 34-minute, 12-second mark, you can see the house. It is ginormous. So she is a zillionaire because of America. Right. Americans are her people. She should be concerned about Americans and not the criminals who are committing crimes against us. Right. But whatever.
It's the Americans who have bought her crap. And have made her rich. We have enriched her. And by the way, the name of her beauty line is Rare Beauty, and I will never buy it. Just FYI.
Okay, good to know because I want to put that on my do not
rare
buy
beauty.
list
Do
as
not
well.
buy. Yeah, do not buy. Mm-hmm.
All right, but back to the memes because these were my favorite. There's two videos that came out in response to hers, which were just mean and perfect.
So great. So great.
And then this one is also awesome.
Only people are getting attacked.
Oh my God, Tom Homan. It's so great. He's like, yeah. She doesn't understand, you guys.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know.
Oh God, I'm worth $800 million. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Shut up.
Anyway, there were tons more, but those were my favorites.
Just pathetic. She is pathetic, Krista. Pathetic.
Totally pathetic. And so too is Don Lemon, who I could not believe the lack of self-awareness in this video, but he decided that because she ended up taking her video down, that somehow anyone who is criticizing her was engaging in the silencing of speech. And his what you hear from Don Lemon in this video is so freaking stupid because him making a video is actually like crossing out his point. He's trying to make a point that his video is proving the opposite of. Anyway, this is what he said about Selena pulling down her video.
In a time where Selena Gomez, even though she is, a wealthy star, she can't have an opinion. She can't post online how she feels about deportations and immigration.
She did.
Yes, she
without
can.
being made fun of by the far right or the MAGA folks.
It's free speech, man.
What is going on here? This is not what America's about. This is not patriotic. She deserves to be able to have her own opinion. And just like everybody else, just like you folks who are criticizing her, she can state her feelings online, on social media, just like you are.
She did. And then
she can leave them there.
She took it down because she chickened out because she couldn't stand by what she cried about. I'd like to know why she took it down. She couldn't handle the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she couldn't handle it. What's that about?
No one said she was not allowed to have that opinion, but we all are allowed to make fun of her for it. So.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And we did.
Wow. That was
all
really
allowed,
dumb.
all allowed to tell her that she's a pathetic loser with $800 million.
I just couldn't believe how he wasn't connecting the dots there.
I actually can believe it. I can. That guy he's
so dumb.
He is many sandwiches short of picnic. You know what I mean?
So dumb.
Uh-huh.
We need to give some major props to Tom Homan. I just thought, you know what? There's so many good clips of him. And there were so many just even yesterday that I thought we got to just throw these together in one little montage because he's the best. He is a treasure, you guys.
He is.
So he had a few moments yesterday. He was asked, and I don't remember what channel is what. You'll just see them when they happen. But he was asked about whether Trump was pleased with the progress that he has made so far. And here is that conversation.
The president happy with this progress?
No, I think the president's happy, but we're going to make him a lot happier. Yesterday was just day one, and these raids are going to go out throughout the country. We're not going to let up. We'll put our foot on the gas, and we're going to go. And as I explained to several stations yesterday, the aperture can continue to grow. Right now, we're concentrating on public safety threats and national security threats. But as we open up that aperture, looking for fugitives, those who had due process at great taxpayer expense, there's over 1 million of them, 1.4 million. They're on the table. Anybody in the country illegally, they're on the table. But we're going to go after them in a prioritization that makes sense. The worst first.
So. God, this guy is he's like the dog that could not wait to get let out of the pen. You know what I mean? He's just like waiting and waiting and waiting. And then when he opened that gate, he's just like, yes. And he's just been running. And now it's on, you guys.
Yeah. I cannot love him harder.
Right? It's just going to get better and better and better. And he's doing it for the right reasons.
Yes. No matter how much the mainstream media wants to naysay what he's doing, like this clip with Caitlin Clark, who's like, but isn't it sending a chilling message to schools and churches if they have like ICE or deportation officers show up? Isn't that chilling?
Yeah.
And he was like, bitch, please.
Immigration advocates is that this is going to provide a chilling effect to parents in the school drop-off line or something of that matter.
It shouldn't be a chilling effect unless their child's a terrorist or a public safety threat. If they are a public safety threat, national security threat, they should be chilled. They should be afraid because we're looking for them.
Well, if their parent is here and they're an undocumented immigrant, I think was more of the argument that they were making.
So
they're not off the table either. I mean, they're in the country illegally, they got a problem. I mean, it's not okay. Look, it's not okay to enter this country illegally. It's a crime, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I wouldn't feel comfortable if I'm in Switzerland illegally. So we're going to enforce the laws of this country. So, you know, the schools and the churches and central location was a policy only for ICE, only for immigration, right? But national security threats and public safety threats have no safe haven in this country, and we'll go where we got to go.
You know what's chilling? It's chilling that Democrats think it's okay to tell their kids some laws it's okay to break. Other laws it's not okay. But, you know, it's like, it's just the laws that it's like a buffet, you know?
Right.
But like, you know, that's chilling. If there are people who have broken the law that are in my kid's school, I want them out. I want them out.
That every normal parent wants them out.
Yeah. And I'm not chilled by that. My kid's not going to be chilled by that.
It's chilling. It's so chilling.
Good Lord.
I know. Now, what is happening, and this is scary. This is legit scary, and it could get worse before it gets better. But there are now Border Patrol officers at the border being shot at by cartel members who now, of course, have been proclaimed as a terrorist organization, rightly so. And so he addressed that on another show.
You know about the Border Patrol agents exchanging gunfire with Mexico drug cartels from earlier.
They've taken gunfire, and it's going to get worse, Sean, because President Trump's going to seal that border. He's going to put the cartels out of business. He declared them a terrorist organization. We got the whole of government is going to dismantle these people and wipe them off the face of the earth. They're not going to go. They're not going to go lightly. We're taking them out of the trafficking business. We're taking them out of the smuggling business. We're taking them out of the dope business. There's going to be more violence on the southwest border. That's why Trump committed to calling the terrorist organization. He has. That's why the entire United States government is going to take care of those people and abolish them. We're going to attack them not just in Mexico, but in the 42 countries that Jalisco cartel is currently residing in. The Trump administration is going to take them on just like he did the caliphate, and we're going to destroy them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Protect Tom Homan at all costs. Protect him. You know? Yeah. Because the cartel, you know, this is the thing. But it's
the Ozark. I mean, you know.
Right. The greatest thing is that, I mean, we used to talk about all the time about how just make the cartel a terrorist organization. And Trump has done that. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, that's like step one. And now just annihilate them.
And let's actually take a little trip down memory lane, shall we? When Democrats actually had common sense about the border. And when I say Democrats, I'm talking specifically about Hillary Clinton. I'm talking about Obama. Listen to what they used to say.
Committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked, they're gone. If they've been working and are law-abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes, and you have to try to learn English, and you have to wait in line.
That was 16
If you're a
years.
criminal, you'll be deported.
Oh my God.
If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up.
That was like 6 years. That was 15, 16 years ago, you guys. That's it. I mean, look how drastically they've changed in just the past 15, 16 years. Why?
And they wonder why they've lost so many Democrats.
Right.
That's why.
And why
That
so
and
many
woke
people,
shit.
Right. And why so many people are looking at them like, you guys are freaking lunatics.
I mean, it's just what a turnaround, right?
So
like
far
that's
gone.
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and Hillary would never say that crap today. It's kind of like abortion, safe, legal, and rare. And now it's like, let's just have them all the time and celebrate them. Woo! That's who they are. Crazy.
Well, and speaking of Democrats that they've lost, here's a perfect example. This is a Chicago resident who's saying, bring it on, Tom Homan.
Tom Homan, you are welcome. I voted for President Trump. And let me tell you something. I was one of those lifelong Democrats. I started voting at 18, voted in every election, voted Democrat in every election, except this last one, because I'm just tired. I'm tired of the same old thing happening from the Democratic Party. I'm so glad that President Trump is now delivering on some of his promises. I heard Stephen Smith ask this earlier on Bill Maher's show. What has the Democrats delivered for us lately?
It's true. What have they delivered for you in decades?
Right.
Honestly.
How long have they been promising and promising and promising that they're for the working man, that they're for the people?
Yeah.
What have they done?
And they're for you based on the color of your skin, the melanin content in your skin, and like whether or not you're gay. It's like, this is what they're so about, identity politics now, and they do not do jack squat for you. So many people are waking up.
I was just going to say, I love how many people have woken up. It's so, once again, it's just so refreshing.
It is. It is.
Now, here was something I heard on The View yesterday. I'm only going to, I know you guys are like,
The
View. I'm not making you listen to Sunny. I'm not making you listen to Whoopi. And this is really, really quick. This was just a really interesting clip because they all, of course, bitched about deportations yesterday. But Sarah Haynes was asking a question that I found so absurd. She's mad that these planes of deportees, the people that we're sending back, she's mad, you guys, that we don't know enough about them. So she wasn't mad about not knowing who the hell they were when they broke into the country. But now that we're sending them back, she's all like, but who are they?
Oh my gosh.
What do we know about them? What did they even do? And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Listen to this.
Flights where they are deporting people back to their origin nation. We don't know who they are. And that's where I'd like to see more transparency. If indeed, right now, everyone on these flights is a violent criminal, I think we can all agree everyone thinks they should leave the country. We were saying that this morning. It's common sense. But what we're not getting is a breakdown of who these people are. On the first day of Trump's presidency, DHS, there was a press release, and they said that they had nabbed more than 300 illegal migrant criminals, including one attempted murder and one child molester. But what about the other 298? What was their crime? Because I think either you own the fact that these are all violent criminals and break down who these people are, what their crime was, and tell the American people, or tell us what they really are and let us have a healthy debate over the disagreement of how this is being carried.
A healthy debate? Bullshit. Do we get to have that debate when they busted into our country illegally? No. I mean, what about the people that come here legally? Did they get a chance to have a say in all this? When they spent time and money coming in here legally? Your parents. Did anybody ask them how they felt about this? It's like, screw you, lady. It's unbelievable.
Now she wants transparency.
She wants a healthy debate. She wants a healthy debate, Mock. She doesn't want, she just doesn't want transparency. She wants us all to sit down and have like a chat, a little fireside chat about it. Oh my God. That's rich.
I know. I just couldn't believe it. But we do have some answers for her. So perhaps these screen grabs will help. Like this person, for example. This is a foreign fugitive wanted by authorities in El Salvador for homicide, illicit association, and terrorist organizations. That's just one example. Let's look at another.
Did you see what Bill said about that, though? Somewhere. Selena Gomez, yeah, I'm sorry. She's sobbing over that man. That's why I was laughing. I'm sorry.
Here's another. ABC ran a full-scale propaganda campaign about the raids that took place in Chicago. The people who were arrested are part of a targeted enforcement operation that included gang bangers, murderers, rapists, drug dealers, and cartel members. These are not. So here you go, Sarah. Does this help answer your question?
She wants to have a chat. She wants to have a discussion and a debate about it, Mock. A debate.
One of them, arrested in Boston, was a Dominican guy who beat his pregnant wife to death in front of their child and then got paroled last month by the Massachusetts Parole Board after serving just 17 years of a life sentence.
But I mean, let's just have a spirited discussion about him. Come on.
It's fine.
Unreal.
All this is fine.
God, these people are insufferable.
And by the way, all of these illegals affect every single service that's supposed to be provided to Americans from schools on down. And here's another just unbelievable account from from a child in Ohio. I think is it Springfield or Cleveland? I can't remember, where the Haitian immigrants are like out of control, like literally taking over the schools.
I think it's Springfield.
Springfield. I mean, this account from one student is insane. You guys, absolutely.
The top floor, the classes would literally be filled with Haitians. Every single classroom. No white people, no nothing. It was just Haitians.
What percentage of students at your high school would you say are migrants that have recently came into the United States?
I would say about I don't even know, 50% of the schools, or maybe a little bit more, are Haitians. They're filling the classrooms up, and we don't have the translators to help the teachers, and they're just really disrespectful. I mean, the footage got taken down, but before Christmas break, there's two Haitians got caught in the stairway.
At school?
Yes, at school. There was video. There was video. Another thing, the age limit to go to school is 21.
Yeah.
And there'd be 21-year-olds in freshman classes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's not okay because I'm not saying all of them, but some of my friends have literally got violated by them and harassed.
So their 21-year-olds are inside the high schools?
Yes. It's not okay.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And this is the thing. And this is what little thin lip lady was talking about. People are feeling chilled,
right.
Have ICE come in and remove some of these people. I would not be chilled. There would be I'd be like, here you go, ICE. Here, 50%, right here. Just go ahead and start here in Springfield, Ohio.
And the worst part is that those people, those Haitian kids and adults, obviously, if they're 21, those are considered legal immigrants thanks to Biden and his stupid, ridiculous refugee programs.
Yeah.
They're probably not even on the radar at this point of ICE and Homan. I mean, it's so outrageous.
Yeah, it is.
Bill Malugin also had a tweet about how ridiculous some of the verbiage is about calling these people what they are. ABC in Chicago said federal agents in Chicago and other cities across the country arrested immigrants by the hundreds. And Malugin was like, no immigrants are being arrested. Illegal immigrants are.
That's right.
Conflating the two is disrespectful to those who came legally. And he's absolutely right about that.
That is so correct.
Yeah.
It is just disrespectful. It is. And everybody needs to make sure that they're reminding them of this. When they see that crap, call it out. It is disrespectful to people who come here legally. That's the whole reason that we are so pissed off about this, is because we as conservatives know there is a difference between legal and illegal. And apparently Democrats are too stupid to understand that.
And trying to soften the language by calling them undocumented immigrants. You're not fooling anybody. We know they broke the law. That's why they're illegal.
Exactly.
Oh my God. And so we talked earlier about how this has made this issue has caused Democrats to come to Trump's side. And the Young Turks, Chunk Yogurt and Anna Kasparian talked about that very thing on their show yesterday. Here it is.
So in terms of when to start crying like Selena Gomez, save it for the mass deportations when we have to rally the whole American people to our side to prevent it. But when you do it, when they're picking up convicted felons, you're gonna lose the American people. So don't do that. As Anna's about to tell you, we're already losing them. I don't wanna lose them anymore before we get to the actual problem.
No, we lost them. I wanna be very clear that when I was talking about Venezuelan gang members, that was specifically meant to make a point about how the Democratic Party, which was in charge at the time, needed to do something about that. Otherwise, Americans are gonna be ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And that's exactly what's happening here. So in 2016, public opinion polls showed that only 36% of Americans favored mass deportation, only 36%. Fast forward to today, let's look at the numbers. Well, New York Times came out with a poll, 56% of Americans in favor of mass deportations. Oh, well, that must be an outlier, right? Outlier poll. How could the number increase so much? Marquette, 64% of Americans in their poll indicated that they favor mass deportation. CBS News, 57%. ABC News, 56%. We have lost them already because when you're unwilling to make a distinction between people who are here illegally, who are committing crimes, who are running amok, with those who might be in the country illegally, but they've been here for a while, they're productive members of society and they're not hurting anyone, well, all of a sudden you're gonna have the majority of Americans think, well, Democrats aren't serious about keeping us safe, and now we don't trust them to deal with immigration. Now we want mass deportation.
You know, I think that Democrats really believed, and I kind of believed it for a little bit too. There was a little part of me that lost hope there for a little while, but I think they believed they could do to us what they did to the UK. And you can't. I think that the American
people have a certain level of tolerance before they're like, no more.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that the American people have a spine. We have a backbone. We are better than that. And like we have a fortitude and like a strength and a resiliency that other countries, I'm sorry, I just feel like we're better. It's like, I believe in American exceptionalism. I believe that this country is the best country on the planet and the people here are the best people on the planet. That's how I feel. And so, and I think that we reach the up with which, what is it? What do we always say? That we cannot put, what is it? The up.
Am I frozen or is she frozen?
I'm not frozen.
Who's frozen?
I'm not frozen. You guys, is she frozen?
Is it me? Was it me or was it you?
It was you.
It was me?
Yeah. But what is it that you always say that you reach the up with which you cannot put? What is it?
That's what Ashley Judd said, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, and I think that people reached that point and they were just like, we're not going to put up with this crap. We're not going to become, because there's no place else to go. We're it. We're like the shining beacon on the hill. There's no place else that we're it. We're the best place on the planet. And people finally said no more. And that's why you see those numbers. That's why you see the 57%, the 56%, the 60%. That's why you see it, because people are like, we're done. We are done.
Well, and I think it was that. And I think there was also some cognitive dissonance that came into play because liberals were so have been so hell-bent on saying how much America sucks.
Right.
And at the same time, as we see gajillions of people desperate to get here illegally crossing, how do you reconcile that?
Exactly.
How do you convince Americans that we suck so hard and then also show them coming in by the droves to get here? It makes no sense. And people finally were like, we're on to you.
Right. It's like it was all a big scam. It's all a bit, they're all a bunch of scam artists. They're trying so hard to fundamentally transform this country. We don't want to be fundamentally transformed. We just want to be the great experiment that our founders wanted us to be. So bugger off.
We're going to switch gears now because I know we've talked about immigration now for a long time. And so we also have to talk about other things. And so I have a bit of a mishmash of videos, nothing that really goes together, but all of which we wanted to make sure to show you. And one is a California resident who is absolutely ripping Gavin Newsom to shreds in this interview. And it's perfect.
Understand how anyone would vote for Gavin Newsom. He's like clearly a sociopath and I was thinking about this today. Imagine rising to the position of governor of California, the 6th largest economy in the world, one of the most beautiful places in the world, and having your legacy be that you created a crime-ridden, bankrupt shithole. This place had a surplus 2 years ago. So that would disqualify, like Gavin Newsom would not be employable in the private sector.
Right.
With that kind of performance. But these people continue to vote for this stuff. And I've thought about leaving multiple times, but I love it here. I don't want to. So I hope that this disaster might change things and wake people up. In 2016, I was like an anti-Trump person and was very upset when he was elected. And then I've changed tune very quickly after seeing him being smeared unfairly, seeing media coverage that's taken out of context, edited. The same standard doesn't apply to any Democrat politician like Gavin Newsom, who had an affair with his best friend's wife, who was his campaign manager. I don't know what else somebody could do in terms of character and all of Biden's stuff. It's like the worst president in the history of this country and the most corrupt. It's like a criminal.
He's not like a criminal. He is a criminal.
Yeah.
So is his family. They're the Biden crime family. But I love seeing people wake up like this. It's great.
Right?
It
There's
sucks
a
that
lot of waking up.
It sucks that it had to take a state like burning down for him to wake
Yeah.
up. But okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if that's what it takes, I guess that's
Right.
what it takes.
Exactly.
We cannot let a show go by, obviously, without some Scott Jennings. And this was an amazing fight. We're not even showing the whole thing because it went on for quite a while, but there was a panel, as there always is on CNN, and he's always the lone voice of reason on the panel. And this was about Elon Musk, and it's going back to how does he call it? He calls it the salute truthers, I think is what he calls the crazy people who believe that Elon Musk actually sig-heiled. Like,
oh my God.
That's what he calls them, is the salute truthers. So one of the panelists, a Jewish woman who is absolutely psychotic, went on this rant, and he was just like shaking his head and doing the deep sighs. And finally, Abby Phillips lets him in, and he goes off.
Look, the first time that Elon Musk decides to declare that globalist Jews are responsible for the great replacement of brown people into the United States, maybe it was a misunderstanding. The second time he said that Jews are pushing hatred against white people, that's a quote, that was a little iffy. By the second Sieg Heil, I think he kind of loses the benefit of the doubt to be not accused of playing footsie with these Nazis. I'm not saying he's a Nazi. I'm saying the Nazis think he's a Nazi, which they very clearly did at this event. And these words were not said in a vacuum. As you pointed out, the leaders of AfD have embraced, in many cases, the Nazi heritage. They have wanted to take down the Holocaust Memorial in Berlin, saying it is inappropriate to recognize this horrific chapter in German history. And I just think it's horrific. I don't understand why this guy keeps getting the benefit of the doubt, whether or not he believes this stuff personally.
You didn't even mention the Nazi jokes he was making on Twitter.
Yeah.
That actually got
he's been given
ADL
so many
say
chances
about it.
Yeah.
I was hearing a lot of sighing. Scott, what's the deal?
I mean, we've moved on from Trump derangement syndrome to Elon derangement syndrome.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to defend his saying
the
Germans get to
Let me let him finish, Catherine.
I love this game we play where you talk for 2 minutes, I talk for 3 seconds,
ahead,
and you
Scott.
freak out. So he has a long record of supporting the Jewish people, number one. Number two, anybody who is asserting this thing he did on the stage the other day was a Sieg Heil, which I just heard you say, lawyer up maybe, because absolute ridiculous thing to say. Under no circumstances.
The Nazis in Germany thought it was a Sieg Heil.
The Nazis in Germany
thought it was a Sieg Heil.
Was he doing anything other than expressing enthusiastically?
Why don't you do it on TV right now?
His appreciation.
Why don't you do it on TV right now if you think it's so?
Number three.
I know, right?
Like,
Donna, what is it?
I mean, what in the world?
What a crazy biatch she is.
Gosh,
she's crazy.
She's out of control.
Yeah, she's nuts. Yeah, and I love how he's like, maybe he should lawyer up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he should. Maybe he should.
Well, he was telling her to, because Elon should sue the crap out of her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there should just be like suing. If somebody called me a Nazi, I mean, listen, we've been called all the things, but at this point, if somebody were like, oh my gosh, Daisy's a Nazi, I'd be like, really? What? Because I would, you know what? I'd probably be like, yeah, I'm going to sue you. Because at this point, it's like, we've been called all the things, but like white supremacist, racist. It's like, but Nazi, I don't think I'd stand for that. I just don't think I would. I'd be like, I'm going to go ahead and make an example of you.
I mean, it's just, he's so good, especially when he's like, I like this game that we play when you talk for 2 minutes straight and then I talk for 3 seconds and you freak out.
Yeah. Can you imagine living with that guy?
Oh my God. It's just so great.
He's fun.
So great.
He's really fun.
He is fun. We've had a number over the last few weeks, I guess. We've had a number of flashback clips of Melania and Donald early on in their relationship. And now here's another one that was sort of making the rounds of when Barron was just a brand new baby. That is really, really cute. Check this out.
What is it like having a baby in the house after all these years?
I think it's terrific. And Melania is a fantastic mother.
What is he like with the baby?
He's amazing. You know, he takes him in the morning when he wakes up and he brings him in his room and they're watching TV together and reading the papers. Yes.
Reading the papers?
They're reading the papers, watching the TV.
5 weeks old, but we read the papers
yes.
together.
I love the name Barron. Where did that come from?
It's a name I always loved, but I
Really?
never had the courage to use. And then I gave the idea to Melania, and then I was going to take it away at the very end. And she said, you can't take it away. I've been calling him Barron while he's been in my stomach, and you just can't take it away.
After a brief visit with baby Barron's mom and dad, it's time to see the Trump nursery and meet the little guy himself.
This is his television debut.
Oh, he's adorable.
He is beautiful.
How does that feel to you?
Feels great.
Does it?
See the little delicate hands? Everything's so delicate.
I see. So, Daniel, you're not opposed to changing diapers, you just haven't had to do it.
You know
yet. But you know how to do it.
I would be able to do it, yes.
Yeah.
Now he always stops crying. He always stops crying. He speaks to his mom and he stops crying.
Isn't that the cutest?
It really is cute. He loves his kids. He really does.
He raises great kids. Like,
He
there's just
does.
no arguing that.
No, you can't. You cannot argue it. There's not one of them that is a total screw up. All of them are exemplary children.
Yeah.
So he's doing something right. And you can tell he loves them. He loves his grandkids too. The media just doesn't ever show you that. And I do think it's interesting. That was Gail. Now Gail hates him. Isn't that interesting?
Right.
She's
well,
been
and
told
people
to
try
hate
to
him.
say, well, it's because of nannies and the moms. I'm sorry, but there is one common denominator with all of those children, and it just happens to be Donald Trump. So
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. You know, and you can look at all the stats when there's not a father present in the home, that, you know, kids, a good, strong father in the home. Look at the stats, you guys. I mean, it's like granted, the mothers obviously played huge roles in raising those children. We'll give props to the mothers because the mothers were all great. All three of them have been great mothers, right? But the father is central, and they all love their father, and all the kids from all three of the mothers get along together.
Yeah.
I mean, I am in a blended family. I get it. I mean, the father has to be a strong force with those kids to make sure all the kids get along and they love each other, and it matters. It totally matters.
Okay, lastly, in this group, because we have to spend some time talking about how insane liberals are going right now. So before we get to that, though, there's one guy who is reaching out to his fellow gays about their outrage over pride flags no longer being allowed to be flown at federal buildings, which of course makes all the sense in the world. And here he is to explain why this makes sense.
Pride flags anymore at official government buildings, and there are some of you that are really upset about that. And I just wanted to have a quick chat about it, because I don't know where this sense of entitlement came from, that you think that we should be flying pride flags under the American flag at official government buildings. What about the Latin pride flag? What about the Jew pride flag? What about the flags that represent all of the indigenous tribes and indigenous people? What about the disability pride flag? And how about the World Association of Girl Scouts? Those parties aren't being represented either. So what sense of entitlement do you have that makes you think that we should be flying your flag on the flagpole? There's a reason why we don't need any of those flags. And the reason is, very simply, this flag represents every single one of us. Get your sense of entitlement in check. We're done pandering to you. We're done babying you. It's time to grow up, stop crying, and move along.
It's
Love
true.
that.
Stop crying over the fact that, I mean, like, we're not pandering to you simply because you decide to sleep with somebody of the same sex.
Right?
Nobody cares.
You don't need why is there even a flag for that?
I know. This is why are there parades for it?
Right.
Nobody cares. Just do it and nobody cares. We don't need to know about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that guy. Love it. All right. So there are a lot of people, it's easy to get into an echo chamber where you're seeing all the people that are excited about how productive Trump's first week has been and how refreshing it is to see an actual leader in place. But we can't forget that there is, around half the country who is losing their minds. And today we're bringing you some of the weirdest. So first of all, we have a white woman who made a video to other white women telling us all that we need to step up and get all Karen in front of any ICE or deportation official that might cross our path so that we can save, I guess, all these criminal aliens. Here she is telling us to get our Karen on.
White women, circle up. Listen, ladies, ICE raids are coming, all right? They've even started already in some places. And no location is off limits this time around, not even schools or churches. So you know what that means, right? That's right. It's time for us to put our very best Karen skills to good work. Now, I don't want to hear none of y'all hopping into my mentions going, Kendall-y, I don't know how to Karen. Bitch, yes, you do. Yes, you do. We all do. Let's not pretend that skill doesn't come as a part of our default package straight out of the factory, all right? So here are your marching orders. If you see an ICE official, be that at your job, at your school, at your church, anywhere in your community, if you see an immigration official, you go full DEFCON Karen immediately. I'm talking pull out all of the stops, whatever you can do to distract that official and waste his time. I'm talking complaints. I'm talking demands to see his superior officer. I'm talking long rambling stories about people he's never met and situations that are fully unrelated. Nothing is off the table. And if all of that fails, you pull out the white woman Hail Mary. That's right. I'm talking about white lady tears. I don't care if you have to pull a full-blown temper tantrum in front of that immigration official. You do whatever you have to do to become a physical barrier between that immigration official and the vulnerable members of your community that he is targeting. Ladies, listen, we have trained for this moment.
Okay, so she's on the side of sex traffickers. Just so we're all clear on that. She's on their side. It's like, why do these women want to save pedophiles and rapists and murderers? Why are they so excited about that? Why? Ask yourselves why.
It's just a sickness. They are sick.
Yeah, it's crazy. What is it with liberals that they are all gung-ho to save sex traffickers? Why?
I will never understand it.
This is who they are.
That is a rhetorical question because there's no understanding it.
Right.
And then if it's not crazy liberal women, it's soyed out, feminine, loser men who are crying on camera about the research that they've done and being sad, super sad, apparently because Trump is president.
I have been scrolling on TikTok, looking at the news, going on the website, doing my research. I am terrified.
Oh my God.
Down to the very last cell of my body. I am terrified for my life.
Jesus,
I don't know why this is happening. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know what to do to go for help. I am not a complete person. I have problems in my head.
Yes, you do.
We can see that.
And based on how America has been going, I don't know if I will be one of the ones that survives or not. I don't know if my family will survive this or not.
What is happening?
I don't know.
I didn't want this to happen in my lifetime.
That is a person who is sustained completely on soy. That's all he eats. That's it.
I'm surprised the tear wasn't actually made of soy.
It was like soy milk coming out Like, that's it. Did you? That was so. I can't believe that couldn't have been a real person.
No, that's real. There's so many, you guys. There's so many of these people who are just out of their minds and just fearful for nothing. They're fearing. I don't understand their fear. Here's another woman who's terrified.
Anybody else that's paying attention to the news and when you wake up every day, are you like just as sad and heartbroken? I'm so fearful for women, people of color, gay, transgender. Like, it's despicable what Trump and his affiliates are doing to this country. And I know it's other countries that it's happening in too, but it's terrifying. And it's just so disgusting to me. I'm so glad that I'm not a racist, homophobic piece of garbage.
Oh my God.
I'm so ashamed to be white. I'll tell you that. Like, it's disgusting. And everybody who supports Donald Trump and excuses everything that he does, who voted for him, shame on you. You should be so fucking ashamed of yourself.
Not.
I'm not at all. And I'm not ashamed to be a person of power either. Right. And that chick has got to get out and touch some grass.
I mean, these people are out of their minds.
They really do need to get outside. They're all, I mean, listen, I'm pale, but damn, they need to get outside with nature, you know?
There's also very angry black men. And here is one of them.
Harris is looking real good now, huh? I said Kamala Harris is looking real good now, huh?
No, she doesn't.
All you motherfuckers who voted for this man. We sat here, we told you, we warned you, we even put it in your face and tried to fucking remind you.
We're good.
Now we get to sit here and watch our fucking country burn.
It's not.
All of us get to sit here and watch this fucking country burn. We're on the cusp of another fucking civil war.
Are you serious?
They have censored what we can even fucking see right now.
Where?
What?
There are so many people in different countries that are protesting for freedom right now, who are protesting this fucking president, while he's sitting out here lining his fucking pockets with his friends like we fucking told you he was going to do. I'm pissed.
Yeah, and we can tell. If you say the F word one more time, then you really emphasize how pissed you are. God, where are you being censored? Where?
Wow. And I'm sorry I didn't give the warning about hiding kids and hiding wives. I forgot.
It's all right. I just calm down.
I know.
I'm delighted. I don't know about you guys. I'm delighted. I've seen
Kamala's not looking real good right now.
We
dodged a bullet, man.
Totally. I mean, we've seen more work done in the past week than we have in 4 years, without question. And that's what freaks some of these people out. It freaks them out. They're not used to seeing a president work.
They can't keep up.
No, they can't. It's hard for them to compute that in their brain. They're not used to this.
Okay, one more. I know somebody was just like, please no more mock. But this one's really short. And I wanted to say that this is one of many. I've seen a whole bunch of different videos, different people who are like anti-deportation. They're saying that if you're an American citizen who is for deportations, you're no longer allowed to eat Mexican food. This is a real thing. Okay. This is real. Here is just one example.
To the Mexican restaurant and I see a truck, because let's face it, it's going to be a truck with a Trump bumper sticker, you're getting keyed. I don't even want to see you at Taco Bell. The only thing you get to eat for the rest of your life is plain white bread and mayonnaise. And I know that you were going to eat a lot of that anyway, but that's all you deserve. You deserve nothing that tastes good for the rest of your life.
They're serious. Like, they really mean it. Like, you're not allowed to eat at Mexican restaurants anymore if you favor deportations of illegal immigrants.
I could
no
not
Mexican for you.
I couldn't get past her self-cut bangs. I couldn't. I just couldn't. I could barely even hear what she was saying. Was I the only one? What was happening?
Oh my God.
She looked like the chick from what's the Bob's Burgers. Did you guys watch Bob's Burgers?
No.
Yeah. She looked like one of the girls in Bob's Burgers. It was bad. Anyway, somebody said it was a wig. Did you think it was a wig? Really?
Why would you voluntarily put something like that on your head?
Right. And also, does Taco Bell count? Because that's not really Mexican
She
food.
said, you can't eat Taco Bell either.
You can't eat taco. Really? What about like none of the fast food taco places count? That doesn't count. You guys, not Mexican food. It's not Mexican food. It's not.
It's Mexican-ish, and it counts in her
And
view. I'm just saying, watch your cars, because if you have a Trump bumper sticker, you could get keyed at a Mexican restaurant.
It's not going to happen here in Texas, okay? It's not. This chick obviously lives somewhere on the East Coast.
So there is a new cure for people who are really upset, like the people that we just showed you. There's an interesting new cure for them, an antidote, if you will, to the entire Trump presidency. When you think that this ad is over, it's not. Okay, just stay with us till the end, because this is awesome.
Are you distraught after the recent presidential election? Here at Don't Cry Cryo, we understand your pain, and we're here to help. Our expert team of cryogenic care providers can cryogenically freeze you until the Trump presidency has ended. No more crying, no more anxiety attacks, just blissful sleep until Trump is gone. When you awaken from your slumber, we'll even have a party ready and waiting for you. It will be like his presidency never even happened. It was all just a bad dream. As an added bonus, you can choose the Vance add-on package. We'll extend your sleep for an additional 4 years at a 50% discount in the event JD Vance wins the next presidential election. Everything will be okay. We're here to take care of you in your time of need. So remember, don't cry, cryo.
Just wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Where am I? Oh, please tell me it's over. Wait, something isn't right.
This is your captain, Elon Musk. I want to be the first one to welcome you to Mars. Sorry, Donald Trump Jr. was just elected president, and he deported all Don't Cry Cryo customers to Mars.
What the?
So there's an L. I'm just saying.
I mean, there is one if you want to take it. So, lady with the bangs.
Yeah,
there's
there's your out.
That would be great. I'm sure a lot of people would do that.
And the world would be a better place.
The guy that was crying the soy tears, that would be great for him, because he could just be good. Slumber.
All right, it is time for some My Pillow talks. And this first one is very, very quick. But there's a woman who appears in a video whose boobs are like way down here. And it's not because she's fat. It's because they're just way down there. And so the point of the video is the person at the end who's making fun of her. Here it is.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I was not expecting that. That was so great.
I know. I just died when I saw that. It was so great. Oh my gosh. All right. Moving on to dogs, because look at how much this dog loves slides, you guys.
Oh my God.
He loves it. Wow, Charlie, good job.
He's like, oh my gosh, that was so fun.
Good job.
Let's do it again. Let's go.
Good job. Isn't that the cutest? Oh my God.
You need a golden retriever. You've got to have a golden retriever.
They are I really love them, except they're very hard to keep at a healthy weight. And then they get all the hip problems.
Oh my God. There's always an excuse. It's hard to keep dogs at a health. Are you kidding? Just stop it. Just get a freaking golden retriever. And
I do love
it. It's hard to keep them at a healthy weight. And they've got hair and they've got just get one.
But we do love some labs. We're just labby people.
Yeah, you should branch out and get a golden. I really think that you're meant to have a golden retriever. I think you are.
They are so sweet. Oh my God, I do love them. I do love them. All right, so the next one, this reminded me of us when we were in Texas visiting the otters and the giraffes. Remember when we had breakfast with giraffes and it was amazing?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, it was the greatest. The greatest.
Yes.
And my husband sent me this video yesterday, actually, and it's of a giraffe chiropractor. And I swear that it looks like he's in that same place that we were at.
Yeah.
But the way that this giraffe just leans into his session and is so cuddly. You guys, giraffes are so amazing. He liked it.
Please carry the sliding mat. Do not drag them on the ground. Oh, there we go.
I really think that's our place.
Right?
Yeah, that could be our place. I think it's Blue Hills. Look at him.
I had no idea that there was such a thing, that there was a giraffe chiropractor. How do you learn that?
I don't know, but that's a great job. What a job.
Look at how much he loves it.
He's not so much adjusting him as he is just hugging him, which I could totally do. What a sweet baby. They're such sweet babies, you guys.
They are. They're so sweet.
Look at him smile with his teeth. Such a baby. Oh my gosh.
So this, I went to Africa.
I just love that so much.
Completely different experience.
Oh gosh. They were so fun, weren't they?
I know. And I mean, of all animals to need a neck adjustment, they need it the most.
They have a whole lot of neck. Yeah.
A whole lot of neck. Okay, moving on. We got just a couple more. There's this dog whose, I guess, job it is to make sure that the cat stays in the yard. And I don't, this is amazing. Like how they trained this dog to do this is incredible. The cat, super mad about it, does not like this dog at all. You can tell, but the dog has a job to do and damn it, he's going to do it.
Here he goes.
Oh my gosh. The cat's like, dude.
He's like, you're not getting out.
The cat is so pissed.
So pissed.
So mad. The dog's like, dude, it's my job. I'm doing my job.
Right?
Okay.
I'm doing my job. That's all.
That's
just
right.
doing my job.
Good at it.
All right. This one I know you'll love because it's dogs and cows together.
I love dogs and cows together.
Get away from that cow, Lola! Lola! You're not a cow.
Not a cow.
You are not a cow. Come home.
What's the cow say? What's the cow say?
Oh my gosh.
Say moo.
Oh my god, is your cow coming in? A cow's coming in. I cannot.
Their friendship really started when we got our steer Bruno his first big ball.
Look at them cleaning each other's ears. I
Oh
can't
my gosh.
deal.
We tried getting our cows one of those big balls and they just had no interest in it.
Really?
0.0% interest. I was so mad.
Way.
I was like, come on, let's play ball. And they just like ran away from it. They were so upset about the ball. They were so
Was
mad.
it too big? Like, were they scared?
I think they were a little scared of the ball. I mean, maybe I'll try again. I'll try
with a littler one, like
When
a
we
little,
get-
like a beach ball.
or when we get Sergio, we're gonna get a new steer, a fourth steer. When we get Sergio, I may try the ball with Sergio, and then maybe
break him in.
he'll like the ball, and then the other ones will be like, wait, if Sergio likes the ball, maybe it's not so bad. So I'll try again. Big balls, I know big balls scare some people. Who thought that it would be?
Okay, last one. And it's just the sweetest because it's babies and dads together.
Aw.
And this baby and this dad, oh, you guys, look.
You go to bed, okay?
Oh my gosh. I cannot. He's going to go to sleep in like 2 seconds and bye. Oh my gosh.
Isn't it the sweetest?
That is just the most precious thing.
mean, he is out just like that, man. It took like 2 bars.
Gosh. Look at him.
Love it so much.
The sweetest babies and dads.
Ugh.
So
Anyway, that was
sweet.
so
It's so sweet.
All right, we have thank yous. And we'll start with Venmos from yesterday.
Yes,
And we
ma'am.
had Deanna Hale, who said, yes, I knew you would love those Newsom parodies. California has been loving them. Recall Newsom. Let's shave his head.
I love it.
Then from the Ball Pit crew yesterday, a triple dose from Donna DLJ. Am I saying?
I think it's Donna
that's right.
DLJ. Yeah.
So she said, warning, long rant here. So excited to be live for the first time today. This was yesterday. I'm almost embarrassed to say that because I watch every minute of every show every day, but I'm always on the go and I don't like just listening. Watching makes the experience complete because I get to watch your personalities shine through your beautiful faces.
That's
One more part to come. Anywho, this doesn't begin to make up for all the lives I've missed, but please take my money. And sorry, but I just don't have it in my DNA to be brief. LOL. Love you both.
That is so sweet.
That's the sweetest.
Thank you, Donna.
So
Okay.
nice. And then over on
You have more?
locals, Audrey Krause 5 says, take a seat, Selena Gomez. Apparently, she didn't get the memo that America doesn't give a rat's ass what celebrities think, as evidenced by the historic Trump win.
So true.
Belle Bouche 9 said, now take down the BLM flags. Yeah, that's another flag that needs to come down. And Judy Flood said, Trump is the best president ever.
Love it. Okay. Robin Solomon Dye. Dems. Usha gets no credit. First Indian American second lady. That's true. So true. Yeah. She's so beautiful and so classy. Love her.
Love her.
Aaron Powers. Can't wait to go to what camp?
Gay camp.
Oh, to gay camp. I have so many questions. Are they picking us up in Subarus? Can I bring my dog? Will there be a DJ? What should I pack? I love this so much. Brian Brumley. I didn't even like pick up on that. I'm like, what is that flag? Oh, okay. It's gay camp. Thank you, Aaron. Brian Brumley. Selena and Jewel should do an album together. Title it, It's All About Us. Think it might outsell Slim Whitman in Outer Mongolia? Brian. Avatar Ashkenazi. Dem tears. Tasty from regular people. Tastier from LGBTQ people. Delicious from dumbass celebrities. When can we see Tay cry? I don't think she's going to do that. It's very interesting you say that because Selena and Taylor are like good friends. They're really, really good friends. They were BFFs for quite, yeah. I think Taylor Swift is going to see this and be like, I'm going to go ahead and just not say anything about the immigration.
My way.
I'm just going to like back off into the bushes on this one. Yeah. Budacha 1. Mock, I'm paying to have you say President Trump like you do Ron D and Scott J. Also, good morning to my bestie, Melissa, who now watches you guys. So go ahead and say Trump. Like
President Trump.
Is that good? Budacha. There you go. Avatar Ashkenazi. Am I the only one seeing the green blob ghost from Ghostbusters every time Chunk is showing up on TV, especially when he's yelling and angry? Yeah, I can see the resemblance.
Well, now that's all I'm going to see.
Douche Elias. FAFO in full effect. Yes.
Yep.
Teresa Raimundo. So people are all right with your sons and daughters who serve the U.S. can be carted around in these planes to do their duty and protect our nation. Thank God for the U.S. military. By the way, censorship is still happening here.
Here, as in YouTube? That's probably true.
Yeah, maybe. And I still like, I don't know about the whole Mark Zuckerberg thing. Like, I still think there's probably still some stuff happening on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Avatar Ashkenazi. Listen, you barely man soy milk dud. You didn't want Trump to be president in your lifetime. Try to have 10.7 in the U.S. in your lifetime, dipshit.
I don't get it. Try to have 10.7.
10.7.
Oh, on October 7th. On October 7th.
On October 7th. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Try to. You're right. You dipshit. Yes. Thank you, Avatar. All right, you guys. We're bringing it in.
Bringing it in tomorrow, late show again, 10:30 Eastern.
Okay.
9:30 Central, and that's the last time we do that this week. Okay, it's just I'm on driving duty tomorrow morning and doing a lot of the driving.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but it'll
guys,
still be
that's
8:15 instead of 8 the rest of the week after
the rest
tomorrow.
of the week. Yeah, it's pretty much semi-normal the rest of the week, but tomorrow is the only weird day. So just remember, it's 9:30 Central, 10:30. Do I have that right? Yeah, 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye, everybody.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.